finally let go and have the time to, instead of focus on survival, focused on appreciating itself and you know? Truly. Because we're not meant to be suffering, and the cause of our suffering is something that's either in the past or the future and not in the current moment. So it doesn't truly exist in the current moment. It's just holding you hostage. And to let go is to free yourself from that and truly allow yourself to be happy, even if you don't feel like you're not allowed to be happy. But you are allowed to be happy because we're all human. We all make mistakes. We've all been through some crazy stuff. And at the end of the day, we all just want to be alive and surviving and thriving and actually enjoying what life has to offer. So even if it's hard, even if it's like a small step every day, please try to return yourself back to who you are by facing a small bit of yourself every day, by facing small discomforts every day, by facing yourself and your body every day, slowly teaching it that you actually care, that you actually appreciate, because the habits you build that are built on care and appreciation, even if you feel like they're not doing anything at the start, are actually building that bond between you and the body and allowing it to realize that it's safe and it's okay and it's past the point of survival. So small things like maybe you want to wake up earlier, so you start waking up earlier and making that consistent. Maybe you start working out, or you really want to create, so you start doing art and going through the hard part of actually starting it and keeping it a habit at the start until you actually build that habit and it becomes easy. You first have to face that early stage of breaking the past version of yourself while you're making that habit, until that habit becomes natural and just becomes who you are. Like me and my photography. At the start, you might not think it, but I sucked. I just made random pictures. I did different angles. I was trying to be consistent and do it every single day and make it a habit, because I knew it wasn't going to be great at the start, but I had to be proud of what I created regardless. And I kept to it all day, every day for the past 5 years. And when I say all day, every day, I literally mean I had the camera everywhere. So if you think that the skills I have now are just because I'm like some type of genius, which maybe I am, I won't deny it if you say that, but if you think I'm some type of genius or something, and you don't truly like realize how much time and effort I put into things that others would feel is stupid or wrong or uncomfortable, like carrying a camera everywhere and taking pictures all the time of literally random stuff, until you realize you gotta do that, and until you realize you gotta face yourself in doing that, you won't realize that you won't be happy, you know? You just won't be where you want to be. And I put a lot of effort into what I do, and I'm only where I'm at because photography was the only thing left for me to connect to. It was the only thing left keeping me sane. It was the only thing left that gave me a purpose. It was the only thing left that I allowed in my life, because I saw it as more of a hobby than a passion, and therefore my brain allowed it to exist. And I kept to it and just kept on pushing myself through it, knowing that this hobby that I'm building will one day be a passion of mine, as long as I keep to it and get better at it, while I'm also working on myself and changing who I am and who I'm meant to be. So this whole path has been a path of faith, a path of hope, a path of recognizing that I might not know what I'm doing now, but if it feels right, then it will be something even more beautiful when I get to the point where I can see it in its full light. So do what your intuition tells you. Recognize that the intuition is the same thing as divine love. Recognize that intuition is your body guiding you away from survival and more towards life and more towards thrival, you know. And if you follow that intuition, then you're following God. If you don't believe in God, then you're following faith. You're following who you truly are. You're going back to, like, that intuition is you telling yourself that this is not all you're meant to be. Everyone else that you see doing great and doing crazy things and seeing as like, wow, how can they do that? Those people were at the same starting point as you. It's just that you don't realize, or you're not ready to face the pain that's involved with that growth. But I swear, if you get past that and you face it every day, you'll be much happier on the other side. And life's 10 times better once you actually get to where you need to be and show appreciation for your body and yourself. That's where your true, like, rebirth lies. That's where opportunities lie. That's where life lies. That's where you lie, your true self. That's also where your younger self that's been trying to survive lies. Your child self that's been trying to keep you safe but also wants you to see it for who they are and accept them and love them, unlike how others may not have loved you. So you must show your child self what you may not have been taught and what you should have been taught, and become the role model for your child self by doing those hard habits and those hard tasks that feel like hell at the start but will truly make you feel alive when you're finally there. And for me, I've been doing this for the past 2 years and I'm still nowhere close. Every day I'm either experiencing extreme highs or extreme lows, and when I say extreme, I mean literally suffering the lowest of the lows. And I'd say it's almost as bad as when I was trapped in my mental prison, but definitely not, because at the end of it, I'm always reminded it was just trying to teach me a lesson. It was just life trying to teach me a lesson. It was just me going to the next stage of myself. Change is painful. Everything follows that principle. Physics follows that principle. For an action, there has to be for an action. There's always an equal and opposite reaction. For give and take. For what you put out will come back to you. And golden rule, you know, what you do unto others, do unto others what you want done to you, you know. And everything in life follows that principle. So energy is required for you to change, and if you don't recognize that, then you won't realize that the pain you feel when you're facing discomfort is good pain. You might not know it's good pain because you've only felt pain all your life. But it's actual good pain. You just gotta endure it and keep pushing towards it and do it for you. And if not for you, do it for others because they're waiting. And if not for others, then do it just because someone else, like me, like I told you, a better you is on the other side. Do it for me then. Just find something to do it for and just keep doing it until you finally realize that you've been doing it for yourself all along.